the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
The minority caucus our parliament in warm about Bekasa na a unimanyam for Baffoe Bonnie ne vetin na just ebe kosono warm ese warm empino almost penny ma vetin koso senior mampanyini ese warm any abaya and just about power na udi o my Ghana eso na ntese okuta tumi ntino wodi ayi ma me getu Torkonoo e de fini ne di bia o Supreme Court no ntese charges bebre e court a wo mu ending ye e wo se wo mu enwie ansana ye be select e new chief justice a ya select e se no so no okokopiem e wo e court a charges ni bebre gu ha ntese case no gese ending bebrebe o ha yendinwi nti how come say moka se mo beveti e Baffoe Bonnie na nke se mo bibia wa no tentem saade no anya dwuma the minority caucus na sole akasa de akire e committee no se wo mo mpene e ma wo mo enveti e Baffoe Bonnie na e nsem bebre na nke se wo mo ade tudwa mo yenkonkoti wo mo nsema wo mo kan ye bi.
The minority has served notice on the clerk to parliament. We have a motion for the Speaker to consider the suspension of all activities, both at the Parliamentary Select Committee on appointments and the plenary, on anything that has to do with the consideration of the nomination of Justice Baffoe Bonnie as the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, having regard to the fact that there are a lot of uncompleted issues regarding the removal of Justice Torkonoo as the Chief Justice. And we think that it is right that when you have matters still pending in the matter, you do not bring closure just like that. In Parliament, it is stopped by our own, standing orders from considering matters which are still pending before the courts. Currently, Justice Torkonoo has about 6 pending cases at various courts, high courts, all the way to the Supreme Court, and she has 3 pending cases at the ECOWAS courts. And we believe that for good order's sake, it's very, very important that we finish and complete exhaustively all matters that are still pending before we consider the nomination of the acting Chief Justice. It is in the best interest of democracy and rule of law, and indeed it is also in the best interest of Justice Baffoe Bonnie as he is being considered for consideration as the Chief Justice, that whatever has been done to Justice Torkonoo may be done to him. So it's important that he takes his time. We don't need to be in a hurry. We think that there is a lot of haste, unnecessary haste in the whole procedure that is going through, and then we believe that it is our time that we halt all processes until the completion, exhaustive completion of all other pending matters, before we take the vetting of the acting Chief Justice. So basically, that is what we have for you. We tabled the motion yesterday, and we believe at the right time.
Can Nsem-Pii magana foju mu die sasa na muntu no mutu na ye. Wa kire se ma me Torkonoo ene nka ne timuafo. Ne nsem ne nyina Ghana de sie nyina bofro mpokura nim se ene abajoku ahodo tena so se sebi gutu na mo bia nsem fatanti. Etwa se mo ampane chondra mani mahama se de resanso ne ba o gentu mi so na ma me watwe no esi nchen. Enti san nsem ya mo kan se mo de kwato speaker anim. Se papa yi komo mayam frɛ na matoto tena no. Ene o to so ye se speaker ko be boss ansem ne nyina tokufi se omo nsem omo ka no sebi emudro e wo mramu no hwe ente ye kire wagidi ye se nsem no mpeso mo de ko no sebi ewukura wo kwan so e no mo de ko to speaker no ani munti emfaso bia eni so nyamfo Philip Fifi Backman nsem no to aso ni
bordering on the vetting and the possible swearing in of His Lordship Justice Baffoe Bonnie. I think the minority are playing political gymnastics. It's just political gymnastics. So when would those, cases in respect of her ladyship Torkonoo end? When is it going to end? At least I have the benefit of being a lawyer. And if a lawyer says that this case is not going to end soon, all technicalities will be adopted to make sure it doesn't end soon. So I'm surprised with this. Well, they have their rights to say whatever they want, but I think that Ghana needs a substantive Chief Justice who would, direct the judicial system, and it is time we carry it out boldly and vet Justice Baffoe Bonnie and proceed with it. They can, you see, the seat is not the bona fide property of Her Ladyship Torkonoo. It's for Ghana, and Ghana must move on. Ghana must go on. Our judicial system must progress. So we won't, stop, mark time because of somebody who thinks that she has not been dealt with.
Omare se yanto ansem no so emfa mamo na yemfe ne nkyira pomden ya ho nsem mu omenyamfo kwamra minta account yo so afo hwe ya pomden ya ho nsem so nei onyabre ene ensentrofo ebo nkomo firi se ye mampo ne John Dramani Mahama kasa no ache mu se de bena Ghana fo be hu sampa na mamu no timi koso fan yo de pepepe yo koso mu nti no ene wo yo so afo wo da nyumakuo bi ano a eda dwoada ukuada eni fiada so obebodwa no afrense nkyerofo no ba beje omanim na watu ho anamo na waka ho nsem de akere wo mo a ama nam nkyerofo so Ghana de hyere so anya 7 bi ati wono ne neyo nyamfo kwamra minta aka no kopia bejeko no anim na nkyerofo anim no na nema hodo a enkoyie wo yapom de ho nsem no onya abre ede mu enchechemu emaaye na ade ba kwa no woka no yapom din si achi ban no mu system bi ho asem na wo kire se adwumakuo no a omode sa contract man so ntu ho anamo no wo na sebise wode ndwumadie so a entimi amwa amanema nyina entimi ankonkan so dum sidi ma no senka wontimi tu ho anamo no wanya nwi enti informations bebrebe no ene elikilikia awono ha adwene ye pa na nso nyina mu no wo kire se sa contract mo de maaye no ohamo pen aduoso sa 77 million US dollars no information management system limited no omanti be nya adwuma ni kura aye ono aka ho bi ama de nyine twaso omunya no omanti me nya mukuma bi na omunya na nso ye akom ama yetimpo da bia da na aban no na so ye ne aban no bekusu a de nhema pa agu akwam na etimi aboa ama yensem bi se ye data ene ye ho nsema hodo no nyina no ne nyina so etimi ajeje na so.
At this point, when we took over, we invited the vendor that the contract expired and therefore they must hand over to the state. And so we needed to understand exactly what we were taking over. So a forensic audit was conducted. And what we realized was that even the hardware, there were gaps in the supply of the hardwares, the supply of computers. If, assuming in the contract is stated that they should supply HP laptops, you go and cheaper brands are supplied. They should supply, let's say 100, you go and less than 100 is supplied. So there were issues of quality of the equipment or material supplied, and there were issues of quantity, the number supplied. And so upon analysis, you realize that the gap alone for the hardware
enti onumnya for community account no sika no awoje ye no $77 million na wonya mu ha mu abupen aduoso no ene sa light wave adwumakuo no adwuma no ma wanso ani kura emu fa bi no mutimi eyeye ona ka ho bia ene sa adwumakuo ye se omutum na wasa cheche mu omobota enti a omugina so ye so mbeto adwumakuo ni mu
service. The vendor insisted that those clauses must be expunged from the agreement. We cannot expunge those clauses from the agreement because it is the state that must take charge of these data. So the vendor decided to switch the system of as and when he desires and as and when he demands what. And this has gone on for some time now, more than 2 months. And for the past 2 weeks or so, the system has been completely down. If this is not blackmailing, I don't know what it is. At that point, what was important was to find a solution to get out of this mess. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the good news is that we have the solution.
Omani Shinipa now, Casay was off for Shapum de Hosem, so if you're not so near the Amansia Westminster Moon, or manager training point to now binding Kuto as soon as Tamavan Chesse, Mansino Pejo couldn't in for a small scale minus a open on or Macabumwa, and Yakuya Hodua and Musi pa, and title the freedom Nasi, Airqua Borrequan, much as a proper, Sa reshape you met me to one more, a bit me about Macaco near Badia Honsemo, at me Ajaj and also. Ora Kofi Amankwa we small scale miner when they sent was a Kubon Como genuine and Nemu and Mabota into Mutus Hanamono. What the motion Canada Vanze Kuta and the Tutida. I can't, but it's in the hand of Becker, Amayakama, Cabit, Aquaba. To say, basically say, well, when I've been paying for Becker, so I can't may come on from my Kuta. Bakuta and Muguso and Kamamay. Since a more pie yao, Mansodom Nasa, Kumudi, a Basana, a do baby, a duanopa, and soon talk as in Webana County Tinima. The Webanso of Bio de Numa, Nanindi, or Tranedum, and walk right to become Nabia Suma near Pipia. But I am Nami DC and a Assembly penny for and Maba, Abayadum, I am what I will be a kama Adamai, Tiaquan with Fasudi. Yeah, Fasudi. It is a big SLO district in one. In the general chairman, the Waha. Whether it be say one district in one, many years are banned by a day. And may now among Cassiano, Ashino, and our bank catch a penny at the Madisha, one Monsieur Westminster will meow for Manu Morris, so soon not to a movie and some say no shame.
The problem, and I see a major challenge for a Yaquin. Nti emayitu na munye fa excavators 4 and tipa trucks 2 you got to be that one of the communities for dominance musi nti so little na fa kwan mu na hu bi say the couple this sell take that of me so let me dem afem and na mo ayi 2 you 2 and na pay ya na be so we share some of the me na yo nsem wa bu ndada say kwan na so dey be so the problem we are boa in futuro the opinion any so to is at a channel near the Adina so cause problem. Now the sad thing is that we don't even have 1 kilometer of asphalted road almost. Just na asay. It's among the buyer and they drop no ayo juma pa. Make us the whole Ghana. You need the district I used to drop no pa aboy because we show the challenges here waha yapan and the problem. Into a greedy soon kakra you go so yeah by saying so this from into there's a pinch and answer because one here we agree that no fashion so to kwama sabe chaka ma akonyaba no intiminko nse mama ya post kakra e o greedy no yes I will much you say the be so no free flow you me an boy na
Yali Elizabeth and Cramante Mubim na Wejabari and I year Kwama no HS and Chile Adumakono or Homujuma DB Nei and near Bambo Mumpani for Mema Mai, a posy for the National Security for Equity Creature at the Abajo. The Negina Nessa Sa Pambro Salt Industry no war Sai Pomhono. Amabona Chess, China Nibi, Nania Brepass, Sasa Somoso Mudumujumana and DNT. Obeso de rest it na afimbu kura no emfridwuma ahodo no awotu ho na mo ewo enti amanabo no kyerese sa wambofo ya hwe TV so mko o mabati akati no omukọ ese ne omukọ akọbo China nifo yi na omatimi botan ni nyina timi abam ewo epom ho na ono aka ho be dem hwehwe akoto wo so ni kura amanabo no kyerese ni sa adwumakuo yi ne mudwumadie twentwene na yase omantimi anya adwuma na eba na sane twase yensen kyerofo ne abankra chempani a wono ene wo pom ho amane wo kwa sa kire se enye wagya babienko a krosini bedwane mu na ombo nam ahokyere mu nam sa wo hawi mu ene abrekuma west nyina no kora so omne na mu bia sempanimfo antimi entu anamo na niema no ejensemu a anhwe nso yire beba pom ho no enye asamketo akora abaikra chepani de ma de hye wo wagya bawi enumnyamfo Felix Odati wane yensenhwo ni mrekunyampombo honkomo a wade mu nchiemu emaye
ohano masaba nti ayo demonstration pra kasa radio since MPP time anasa aben abaseko na fufuro so asa fufuro be kwa ya san ebiem but yenti umbo ebia but asem no kom papa ne say court court nye de fa rule bia den emaye na same time so Chinese ya ise waba oye adwo mo hwa so machine esu a eye adwuma ono so ba o say asase ye ne dia na first order from headquarters. It police for SWAT for police for and mbon ho ba and national security for any land guard for no ma so me na de abegwe. This say yan hwe ye say adwuma we sebi segu a wo ba so mo workers be bre ha. Yi na e be kofie. Ye kofie a je na ebedi. Ebi mo yere mo ebi mo mba. Nkwala wo school for na obi kra makwa school for kwa makwa mutum ba be de e be ye adwuma wo hanom. Ti ebi school no mo e kakra de asho mo na de no mo de ko. Nti say ye tran ahwe Ghana especially Ghana kwanti to me short
na nkase no wachi no na matenko ne bi e wopom wo se de o musika se China ni se asase no ane wo so to me pa na chese na no mahemfo o me ya na nsase ho nsem gina de o mo nsem mo na maton asase de masa chere ni ne nketenketi ya na asesai ahemfo no so kasa e ma mu nchi mo se de musini mfa ho no o mo de mai
Would like you. I haven't sold, I repeat, Lafa or Wager or Jamestown haven't sold any land to anybody. We are in courts. You understand? And then we are in Ghana, we are under rule of law. It is law that governs us. Are you getting me? You know, we're supposed to even sack the Chinese. But because they are rule of law, the man came in with document, oh fine, we don't believe in that document though. That's why we are in court contesting. So I believe that if the Pambros think they have issue, so long as we are under rule of law, they should send the matter to the appropriate courts to deal with this issue. I'm sure when the court give an injunction for nobody to go to the land, I'm not sure the police will support illegality and say no, the court has given an injunction, we are going contrary to the court, the law of the court. No. So I don't believe in violence. That's why we are here. Even though some are taking side, they think even we are supporting the Chinese. But, you know, we will say the truth. Are you getting me? We are not supporting anybody. We are here as leaders, and this is our land. Anything that happens here, of course, we will come here and make sure peace is being brought to this community. Are you getting me? So I advise both of them. They have courts of dealing of these issues. They should go to court. Whenever you say the truth, people don't like you. I haven't sold, I repeat, Lafa.
Ye Frankra Mountain when money ne beche western of mountain baby ani anwa so be kwa mansin mo ne ye koma hin kro baby ani ene ye butuo na manabon kire se wie ya no me ensan na ene omo market bi ene omo shops ahodo bi e ho ne jato mu a enya asam keto akora manabon kire se ene baby ye tire ejana hye ne nyina baby motontontonton ne ejana hye baby ade pamfo nyina etenetena no ejana hye me ya bi so wa shops ahodo bi o ho a omotontonton pabwa bi sandals ne slippers ahodo no a ejana hye ne nyina enya asam keto akora na kire se hwie be containers makoma akoba buru num de eja tomu ahye no pese ewo epom ho na wode wani kire baby ani anwea so be kwa mansiri mu a wonimnyamfo anas owura enoktete wona ye municipal fire service commander wona ye Nsem-Pii ni Joseph Apala bonkomo ema ekwemofo aso tija no ne na muntu omatu afa ho no emunchiemu wode mai
flags no na ye shinsa
your officer no mo fe tisia from officer to Amfenwa. So quickly we have to mobilize them. So that all of us, to the whole station, everyone outside, and I heard it, Laba. And that is who said, I have a store fight. Store fight, we must say rubber. If you rubber, I'm not feeling so I dry. If you like, sit on the rubber, the price they are kaka, they apply jet kaka. It's very intensive. They apply jet. you be here, you can cancel apply, cancel stay, so that they are able to, three was one in the middle, one at the back, and two at the corner, flanks, you know. It's a little amount of people, yet you are continuing, I can't say I don't from total.
Na municipal fire commander don ka say na chire no yense nchoni ni adwodefo ni bi so bon komo mo so nsem no mu chire mu sei
inside here adwuma enti me ne nkwala ni nyina she inside enti me to na sister ba kon so pama de o me nchen awo di me kratete mu say mu pie na my food horse enti o ka sa na me ka chense ne mu nyina mu me enko enti epia ye fie ho na ye pia bonten na che say aso sister na o so pama de no edi enima eba ye ho ami she me ke chiwo na me ye de nyamu na mo se e sha se me tie se bo bi ka o no se enye hwe o ka se enye na no kwansi na ade ne braste ye e ho na mi wa isa do se mi wa isa ko se ni na ye ho no na ye tu net tija e na mi pia bonte na mi sa ba na be sa gas na si